What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Two Confrontational, the 100th episode we have ever done. So that's a pretty cool milestone to hit 100 episodes overall between the last 3 years, I think, for Two Confrontational. So pretty sweet accomplishment. We're proud of it and everything like that. But yeah. NFL has been hot and heavy as well. We have week 11, we had 8 one-score matchups, and then in week 10 we had 9 one-score matchups with it all within 7 points, one score. And I think there was like three or four walk-off field goals this past week and everything like that. So a lot of close action. Like you said, I think there was 9 divisional games last week as
9
well.
divisional games last week. Yeah.
So there's a lot of action going on there in week 11. And yeah, not too hot for me for record though. I went 8-7. So another off week for me, not too hot, about a little bit over 500, but there was a couple close matchups that could have went either way. That Seattle Rams game, that one was a close one. Yeah, there's a few other ones. The Chargers got blown out by the Jaguars. I thought that one was going to be a close one. I mentioned that one last week. Thought it was going to be a tighter one, but it wasn't. Texans and Titans ended up being a kind of a thriller, kind of a close matchup there. Panthers and Falcons, Commanders and Dolphins, all within 3 points there. So yeah, like we said, Vikings and Bears. Vikings almost came back on the Bears. We had them. Only thing you got to do is kick that in the end zone and they get it at the 35-yard line instead of getting it at the opposing fucking 40-yard line, and just have to run the ball 3 times, kick a field goal. So I don't know. Should have won that game, but yeah, I'm over it by now. We're not looking too hot. JJ McCarthy's not. I mean, there's bright spots, but yeah, his mechanics are not it. He overstrides on every throw, puts a whole lot of effort into it. We'll see what happens here in the coming weeks. But we got a close one next week, or week 12. We got the Vikings Packers matchup. So a big rivalry there, especially between me and Evan in the household here and everything like that. So we'll see what happens week 12. But yeah, for week 11, I went 8-7, making my overall record 100. So 163-1. So landed on 100 for the 100th episode, I guess, is a bright spot in this overall. But yeah, so I'm 163-1. What'd you end up going?
I went 12-3 last week. My losses were the Vikings, like you mentioned, Chargers getting blown out by the Jags, and then the Chiefs getting beat by the Broncos. And I am 110-53-1 overall.
Yep.
So I think
what other bright spots or what other games do you have noted on for last week? I guess the Packers pretty handily beat the Giants there, I guess, and last week and everything like that. I guess actually Giants were up in the first quarter there right away, but then Packers got it together and ended up kind of controlling the last 3 quarters there. Like you said, Kansas City Chiefs losing to the Broncos. Kansas City Chiefs sitting at 5-5. That's a tough look for
it is.
For
third in their division too,
and not by just a game or two. They're down by 4 games against the Broncos there. So that was probably a must win for the Chiefs if they wanted any chance. They might be looking at going out of the playoffs or something like that. I mean, not seeing a playoff picture potential. So what other keynotes do you have? I guess. Yeah,
last week was a great week, like you said. The 8 one-score games. Lions Eagles kind of reminded me of the Packers and Eagles game. Not very high scoring, good defense. Either offense couldn't really get anything going. And then just looking through these games, obviously the 49ers looked really well with Brock Purdy's first game back. Buccaneers Bills, good game. Steelers dominate the Bengals as expected. And we got a lot of injuries this week to talk about as well.
Yeah, not as expected. I thought the Bengals would be coming out.
Yeah, I picked the Steelers.
But the first matchup that they played in, I mean, the Bengals kind of just outscored the Steelers there that Thursday night there a few weeks ago, multiple weeks ago, I guess. But I thought it would be a little bit closer. But that, like you said, that Steelers defense is on and off each week. So I mean, they've been piecing it together the last couple of weeks, and But yeah, we do have some injury updates and everything. That game, Aaron Rodgers breaks a bone in his wrist there.
Fracture, yeah.
And so, he might be out a couple weeks there. He wanted to come back into the game, but the team said no.
Yeah, I think he's trying to play this coming week. He's still questionable.
But even though Mason Rudolph had a great game though coming in, I think he threw for like 230 yards and I don't think he had any turnovers. So I mean, that's halfway decent for that aspect. I mean, if you got him coming in and everything like that and
Yeah, I
plays
mean,
well. I
I
guess I
don't
don't know if
think
it was
Rodgers really wants to play because I mean it's against they play the Bears, so it's a big game for them. For him, for sure. I mean, he's beaten the Bears his entire career. Technically, he's the owner of the Bears, as everybody says. So I think he'll try to give it a go for sure. And it's
yeah,
in his.
yeah.
I think it's in his left hand. So, and I don't
Not
believe
as
he's a right.
throwing.
It's not
Right.
his throwing hand. So they'll put a brace on it. I think he'll try to go.
Right.
Um, and I mean, they need him to. I mean, obviously Mason Rudolph played good, and they don't need Rodgers to
Yeah.
play, but I think Rodgers gives him a better chance, especially if the game gets close towards the end of the game. Obviously, we know Rodgers can make those big plays and win them the game. So
Hmm.
um, I think he puts them in a better position to win. So I think, and the way they're sitting right now, I mean, AFC is pretty tough. So they do have to win games, and they're not sitting at like a domination or dominating record. So I think they need to continue to win. So I think Rodgers does play this week.
Yeah, and Mason Rudolph had 130. I meant 130 and a touchdown, but no turnover. So I mean, he knows the offense. He's been there for a while there, and he's a veteran quarterback. So it's nice to have one of those backups that knows what's going on, knows the system, and has been
Mm,
around the league. But you saw like for instance when Dylan Gabriel went out, you had the Shadur Sanders come in. Wasn't his first snaps in the NFL game. Played halfway decent. I mean,
mm.
had a couple nice passes, but I mean, he didn't have any protection. He was scrambling out there for his life. But we'll see. He might get a shot here come versus the
Yeah,
Raiders here in
he was
Week
named
12. So
yeah, he was named the starter. So
yeah, so we'll see what happens here this Week 12. It's fun. Week 12 is getting towards the end of the season. We got about 6, 7 weeks left here. And yeah, it's getting down to the nitty gritty where teams are pulling away. Teams are not sitting in spots where they want to be, things of that nature. So let's dive into Week 12 here and kicking off Week 12. We have a Thursday night matchup. We have the 7-3 Bills with Josh Allen going for 6 touchdowns last week, but
hmm
three through the air and 3 on the ground. Just an incredible performance by the reigning MVP there. But they traveled down to Houston to face the 5-5 Texans, and Buffalo is favored by 5.5 or 6 points actually. Buffalo is favored by 6
hmm
now here in this one here. Let me pull this up so we can all look at it together there. But yeah, 6 there, and everything like that. Let me get this to where it should be.
Yeah, 6 is the difference. Yeah, they got Buffalo winning by 6.
Yep.
Um, yeah, we don't need to take. We don't need to wait for. I'll take my pick. I'm gonna go Buffalo Bills. They had a great performance against the Buccaneers last week. Beat them pretty handily by 11 or 12 points. Um, Josh Allen had a few off weeks here a few weeks ago. A few
Mm-hmm.
tough losses, and then bounces back with six TDs. Just dominates put on an MVP performance. So I don't see them even on the road. I see them beating the Texans, especially the Texans struggling last week with the Tennessee Titans and barely squeaking that one out. Yeah, I'm gonna go Buffalo Bills on the road.
Yeah, I mean Texans. Yeah, their defense is what's keeping them, but they are out CJ Stroud here this week as well. This is gonna be his third consecutive week out with that concussion there. So Davis Mills at the helm
Mm-hmm.
down in Houston. Yeah, but the way the Buffalo Bills played, their defense though is the only thing that scares me there. But the Texans offense hasn't shown me a whole lot either. Like you said, they barely squeaked one out there last week. And it was yeah 16-13. So they
Yeah.
only put up 16 points on the Tennessee Titans. So I mean, yeah, I don't have a whole lot of faith in the Texans right now, especially without CJ Stroud. So yeah, give me the Buffalo Bills in this one, especially the way Josh Allen played last
Mm-hmm.
week. So hopefully it's a close one though, but it doesn't look like it's going to be. But Texans defense, watch out for them. They are a stout defense there. And everything like that. So yeah, but give me the Buffalo Bills on Thursday night to kick off Week 12. And no more overseas games. That wrapped up last week with the Commanders and the Dolphins finishing that up on a close one. I think there was stats there. I think that out of the 5 games, 4 of them were 1-score games. And there was a lot of close games happening overseas and everything. So that's always good to see. Good kind of marketing for the NFL. Hopefully they
Mm-hmm.
do start an overseas league. I think there's discussion about starting like a universal league and things of that nature
Yeah.
with all of them in there. But yeah, that'd be kind of cool just to get it out there. I mean, we have overseas NBA and stuff like that. But yeah, let's hop back into it. Steelers 6-4. Got a big win last week. Like you said, they dominated pretty handedly. And then you have the 7-3 Bears, who are ahead of the NFC North there
Mm-hmm.
in that division, with the Lions losing last week, and same with the Packers there. They didn't lose last week,
No, Lions of
but I mean,
Vikings.
yeah, but the Packers are still sitting behind the Bears there
Yeah, they have,
with
yeah.
so it's Bears, Vikings,
Bears,
or Bears,
Packers,
Packers, Lions,
Lions,
Vikings, right?
Vikings. Yep.
Yep. So looking
Yep. It's
at that,
gonna.
yeah, 6-4 Steelers, 7-3 Bears, Chicago favored by 2.5 in this one at home at Soldier Field. Yeah, what do you got?
Gonna be a tough one. Yeah, Bears look. They look good. I mean, the Bears fans are happy 7-3. I don't remember the last time they started 7-3.
Or have been
Um,
sitting atop of the NFC there.
right. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Pittsburgh Steelers here. I don't think they continue going. I mean, they're happy. They're on their high horse, but um, I just don't think they can keep going. And the Bears, like they usually do, they'll let their fans down. So I'm gonna go Pittsburgh Steelers on the road.
Yeah, and like you said, questionable for Aaron Rodgers there in
Yep.
this one. But yeah, I mean Mason Rudolph, like you said, knows the system. But this Ben Johnson led Bears offense is looking halfway decent. I mean Vikings kind of held them a little bit there, but I mean
Yeah.
Vikings defense is halfway decent as well. So um, we'll see what the Steelers defense what Steelers defense comes to play this week. But I'm gonna go Chicago at home. I think the Bears outscore them. But yeah, shoot, man, Jalen Ramsey and yeah, you see Jalen Ramsey and Jahmyr Chase last week. Jahmyr Chase spit
Mhm.
on Jalen Ramsey. He's Jahmyr Chase suspended for a game. We'll get into that game here
Yep.
next. But yeah, Jalen Ramsey threw a punch, all that fun stuff. So, but yeah, looking at this game, 6-4 Steelers, 7-3 Bears. Give me the Chicago Bears at home. Yeah, give me the Chicago Bears. Even though the Steelers, yeah, we'll see what happens with the Steelers defense. But even with Mason Rudolph at the helm as backup, that kind of gives me a little bit even more leeway to pick the Bears there. So yeah, give me the Bears at home over the Steelers.
Yeah,
So
but Mason Rudolph's for sure not at the helm. But yeah,
you think Aaron Rodgers is playing?
he's trying to push to play. He's not even. Yeah, he's not even listed as doubtful. They're still day to day.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, and you can't do anything about a fractured wrist, anyways. I mean, it's not going to get. It's already fractured.
Yeah,
Just got to put a brace on it. It's just non-throwing hand. Um,
could get
I
worse
think
though
he.
if he gets hit and lands on it weird again like he did
Yeah,
last week.
but
Yeah, we'll
yeah,
see what happens. Give me the Bears. You got the Steelers, so we'll see. I
yep.
needed some games back, so I'm going with the Bears in this one. So yeah, moving on here, we got another. Not I don't know if this is going to be a good one, but we were just talking about this one. Jahmyr Chase being suspended for this game, which is huge as far as the spread goes, and who's able to be targeted there for this game. But we get the 9-2 New England Patriots traveling to Cincinnati to take on the 3-7 Bengals. So we got Drake May going up against Joe Flacco in this one. New England's favored by 7 points on the road in this one as of right now. So yeah, 9-2 Pats, 3-7 Bengals. Who do you got?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Patriots here. I think, to be honest, I think Patriots are probably the best team in the AFC right now. Them or the Colts. I think Drake May is really up there to win MVP. Has that really high chance to win MVP. I know they didn't absolutely dominate the Jets last week, but they handled them. So I'm gonna go Patriots on the road here.
Yeah, Travion Henderson with another three
3 TDs.
touchdowns.
Yeah.
He's looking good. 2 rushing, 1 receiving. And without Jamar Chase, there's really no. I mean, T Higgins is a baller, but now
Mm-hmm.
he's going to be doubled. So you got like Andre Isavlova or whatever as
Isivas. Yeah. Osivas.
as the
Yeah.
second string or second target there. You got Chase
Chase
Brown there in
Brown.
the backfield, but I mean, yeah, without Jamar Chase, there's not a yeah. It's going to be tough outing against this Mike Vrabel defense. So yeah, I'm going to go the
Mm-hmm.
Patriots as well. I don't know if they cover that 7 some way just somehow. I think Joe Flacco finds a way to find a couple touchdowns here in this one,
Yeah.
hopefully, to keep it close. But yeah, give me the Patriots in this one. This one should be a lock of the week. I would believe. Especially
Yeah.
with the
For
way
sure.
Drake May has been playing and the whole Patriots team, to be honest, playing. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
give me the Patriots. Pats over the Cats in this one. Pats over the Cats. Yeah, so give me the Patriots. Moving on here, you got the 2-9 Giants. Yeah, not looking very good for them. Yeah, sitting at 2-9. Not a whole lot of takeaway for the Giants team as a whole. And then you got the 6-4 Lions, who got a loss last week to the Eagles there on Sunday night. But
Hmm.
yeah, that Eagles defense looks really good. But
Yeah.
bounce back game for the Lions here. You know what their record is after a loss there, so they're going to bounce back with a win here, and it's a good opponent to get a nice confidence victory over.
Hmm.
So you got the 2-9 Giants versus the 6-4 Lions. Detroit is favored by 10, probably the biggest spread of the week there. So yeah, Lions, Giants, who do you got?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Detroit here at home. Motor City. Yeah, I mean Jackson Dart should play this week. He's been out 2 weeks
Yeah.
with concussion, so he should play this week. So that gives him a little momentum and firepower on offense. But I just don't think they get it done. And yeah, Lions coming off a loss. Dan Campbell's really giving them the heat and just telling them, hey, we got to come back this next week and beat the piss out of the New York Giants. So I think they get that done, and I'm going to go Detroit Lions at home against the Giants.
Yeah. I'm gonna go Detroit as well. Not really much to talk about in this one. Giants, Giants. Even if it's Jameis Winston, he didn't play too bad last
No,
week.
he plays. He's a pretty good quarterback.
Yeah, I mean he you know what he can do. He can throw for 4 touchdowns or 3 interceptions, but he did throw a pick
Hmm.
last week, and against the Packers and everything like that. But
That kind of sealed the game for the Packers there.
yep, exactly. So I mean, yeah, give me the Detroit Lions. Not like I said, not much takeaway from
No.
the Giants. A whole lot. Yeah, Jackson Dart may be back
Hmm.
after being out with that concussion, but I mean, might as well tank Buck. I mean, keep Jackson Dart healthy. Don't need to
Yeah, I
risk
mean,
him
there's
getting hurt.
nothing.
I
I
mean,
think
he's
they're just gotta look forward to next year. I mean, with Cam Scadable coming back,
yeah,
Malik
right.
Neighbors, Jackson Dart.
Exactly. Don't hurt Jackson Dart even worse. I mean, was it 4 concussion protocols in 3 games or whatever?
Yeah,
I
four in
mean,
like 6 weeks, 4 and 5 weeks, and then
yeah,
so yeah, 5 and 7 weeks or whatever it was. But yeah, just try to get your rookies back and healthy. I just don't, yeah, and then maybe try to add another offensive weapon, O line, D line.
O
Um,
line needs some work. Yeah, for sure.
yeah, for sure.
So yeah, but Detroit Lions all the way in this one. They probably will cover that 10 point spread as
15 and a
well.
half is hefty though. I don't understand that. I mean,
Huh?
Lions defense is pretty 15 and
Oh,
a half.
50 and a half. I
That's
mean,
pretty
shit,
hefty
Lions will
for
put up 50 by themselves, dude.
yeah,
I
I
mean,
guess.
they're able to. I
Giants
mean, you've seen
defense
it before.
Giants defense is pretty good though. I mean, they're not terrible.
No, I mean, still, Giants put up 20 points last week against the Packers defense.
Mhm.
So, I mean, yeah,
I'm
Packers
talking
defense,
vice
I think.
versa. I'm saying we only put up 27 against the Giants, but I wish I thought we put up a little bit more. I mean, they played pretty well, and
I think
we
Lions
scored.
offense is way better than the Packers offense.
Yeah, I mean,
Like
not technically.
tenfold, yeah. I
I
mean, they
mean,
have more.
They didn't score. I mean, they scored like 6 more points than they did. We did against the Philadelphia Eagles. I mean,
No, I'm
not
not
obviously
saying that
not
it's a
much
different
difference.
opponent. I'm just saying overall they have more points scored than the Packers do this season. They're a
Yeah,
more
but same that
high-powered
was
offense.
I know, but
They're
same
a more
opponent. I'm
high-powered offense,
comparing it to the same opponent,
but
the
it's a different
Philadelphia
week.
Eagles.
It's a different
Yeah,
week. I mean, look like the Philadelphia
yeah,
Eagles
2 weeks
defense.
separated.
The looked like the Philadelphia Eagles defense played really a lot better against the Lions offense than they did against the Packers offense.
Yeah, I
They had a
mean,
lot
even
more batted downs. They had, yeah, I feel like they played a lot better. That both Inters, Jalen Carter, and like
yeah,
that Devin, that
you can say that,
whatever.
but I mean that's only a week separated.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
mean, it's
weeks
not like
makes a
they went
big
from week
difference.
one to
A
week
week
14
makes
and they
a
played the same opponent. We played the same opponent back up, one game after the next. So,
Yeah, but you guys play the Lions again still this year, so we'll see what happens during that game. But
hmm
they're totally different. Yeah, totally different team. But yeah, Lions are able to put up 50 points by themselves for sure. So
yeah,
yeah, give me the Lions. That one's yeah. We'll wrap that one up, but we'll skip this one here. The Vikings and Packers. We'll come back to that one towards the end of the. We'll make that one the last game and we review here because that's yeah home team versus home team there. So but yeah, moving on. We got the 7-3 Seattle Seahawks going against the 1-9 Tennessee Titans, putting up fights here the last few weeks. The Tennessee Titans are. I think Cam Ward's figuring it out a little bit, getting used to the speed and everything like that. But yeah, still not able to come out with a victory there. But we got the Seattle Seahawks lost to the Rams last week in a tight one. I mean, Rams kind of controlled the game there pretty much the most of the way there, but still came down to the wire there and everything like that. Sam Darnold did not look good though,
nope.
throwing 4 interceptions and everything like that, but still 4 turnovers and kept it within 2 points. So yeah,
hmm
something's obviously working there. It's just yeah, offense didn't look great. Sam Darnold didn't look great there that last week against the Rams, but yeah, shout out Rams defense. But yeah, 7-3 Seattle Seahawks, 1-9 Tennessee Titans, both coming off losses, close ones at that. And Seattle's here by 13.5. So it's not the largest spread of the week. That Lions game, it's actually 13.5 with the Seattle and Tennessee game.
Yeah, big bounce back game for Seattle. No, they looked. Yeah, I had them in my top few teams in the NFC. After last week, I know that they played a really good opponent in the Rams, but they scored one offensive touchdown. Sam Darnold threw 4 picks, 0 touchdowns. Um, Kenneth Walker is the only person that scored on the entire offense. Um, Obviously had a defensive touchdown, but yeah, they just don't look like the. I mean, obviously they're going to beat the Titans. I think, like I said, it's a bounce back game, but just as far as the Seattle Seahawks moving forward, I don't see them as a top three NFC team anymore after their performance last week. But I am going
Yeah.
to go Seattle Seahawks against Titans. I mean,
Yeah, I'm going to go.
Titans are 1-9.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Hawks over the Titans there as well. But I mean, it's gonna come down. I bet you they make the playoffs for sure,
I mean,
and then we'll
yeah,
see
they
what
might make the
Sammy D does
playoffs.
in the we'll see what Sammy D does in the playoffs and everything. But
We know what
yeah,
he does in the playoffs.
we've seen it with the Vikings. Yes, that's the only time we've seen it though. So maybe he got that underneath his belt and is like, yeah, we'll see going forward. We'll see what happens. This is a brand new team, the Seattle Seahawks. Rasheed Rice, a couple catches last week, but he's just getting his feet wet. Not Rasheed Rice, Rashid Shaheed, excuse
Shaheed,
me.
yeah.
Yeah, and then obviously Jackson Smith and Jigsby was done. AJ Barner, the rookie tight end, has been playing well this year. Kenneth Walker had a big game last week as well. So I mean, yeah, we'll see what happens there. And yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, give me the Seattle Seahawks over the Titans in this week. But I'll be surprised if they don't make at least a couple playoff wins. Yeah, in the NFC there, I believe. I don't think they're out done and out just yet. So yeah, give me Seattle Seahawks. And moving on, we got the 8-2 Colts going up against the 5-5 Kansas City Chiefs. The Colts are coming off of a bye there, so they got some rest and got JT his legs getting fresh again, and you got same Danny Dimes rested up, and got some
Hmm.
injuries. Yeah, Tyler Warren's back or not back? He's been there, but Michael Pittman, he's getting some rest and everything. He was a little banged up there. Josh Downs, all the boys. Going up against Kansas City Chiefs coming out that loss to the Denver Broncos there. Yeah, I mean, Kansas City's back fully healthy, I think, with
They
everybody
are.
back and everything like that. Just couldn't get it done against that Broncos defense, which is, yeah, one of the best in the NFL, if not the best of the NFL there in the Denver Broncos defense. But yeah, sitting at 5-5 is not where you want to be if you're a Kansas City Chiefs fan or player or coach or anything affiliated with the Kansas City Chiefs after the past few years. But if you're a Colts fan, you're riding high, 8-2. Never thought you guys would be there at 8-2. So yeah, kudos to you guys. And yeah, what do you got to add? 8-2 Colts, 5-5 Chiefs. Kansas
It's a
City
tough one.
favored
This is a tough
by
one.
3.5. Kansas City's favored by 3.5
I
at
mean,
home.
Colts coming off a bye. Obviously, you need that rest. Chiefs coming off a tough game against Denver Broncos. Um, but it's a tough game. The Chiefs are still a good team. Obviously, the record
Oh yeah.
doesn't show it a ton. And obviously, as you guys can see, the Chiefs are 4-1 at home, and the only losses for the Colts are on the road. Um, so I think that plays a factor. I do want to pick the Chiefs because I think they do get this win. Yeah, I'm gonna go Chiefs. I'll go Chiefs here. I circled the Colts here right away, but I'm gonna go Chiefs. I think. I mean, the Broncos are one of the best teams in the AFC right now. Tough fought game. Would they lose by 3?
Who?
The Chiefs to the Broncos,
Yeah, it was 16 to
22-19 or
22-19.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
22.
tough fought game. They were with them the whole time. Um, the Colts are good, but I think just I don't obviously don't play great on the. If they're only the 2 losses are on the road, obviously they don't. I mean, undefeated at home, don't play well on the road. I think they'll lose another one here. Chiefs obviously very good at home, 4-1. So I'm gonna go Chiefs at home against the
Yeah.
Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah, and Chiefs are favored by 3.5. You wouldn't think that the Chiefs would be. I mean, yeah, obviously you do think the Chiefs would be favored, but after being 5-5 and losing last week to the Broncos, even though Broncos are sitting at 9-2 and on an 8-game win streak, but yeah, Colts they look good, and if Danny Dimes plays well, then the Colts play well. Same with JT if they can get it going.
Hmm.
Shoot, yeah, this one's a close one. I'm gonna have to go Kansas City with you though. The Kansas City just feels right in this one over the Colts.
Yeah, and I
But it
mean
might,
it's not a deal breaker for the Colts. They're still gonna be top of the AFC.
yeah.
Um,
I
yeah,
think
I
Chiefs
just
have
think the
more
Chiefs more.
have
They,
more
I
to
mean, they
play
have
for.
more to go
Yeah,
for. Yeah, yeah, for
yeah, for
sure.
sure. Yeah, so give me give me the Colts. I need some.
The Chiefs have to win out to
Yeah,
be in the conversation for even a playoff spot. I would say.
yeah, give me the Chiefs. Yeah, yeah, give me the Chiefs. I need
I
some
thought you
games
said
back.
Colts.
Yeah, give me the Chiefs though. They have more to play for, and the only reason why I would pick the Colts is I need a game back, and I'm not going to risk it on. We got only 5 weeks left. This isn't a game to risk it on. I think the Chiefs handedly win this one. Yeah, give me the Kansas City Chiefs. They got a lot to prove, a lot to play for, and I think
Hmm.
Patty Mahomes
And I
rallies the
think they.
boys.
I don't even. I'm not going to count them out yet. I think they could go. They could go undefeated the rest of the season.
Not even
Look at
under.
their
I
schedule
don't even think
here.
they have to go undefeated the rest of the season. I don't
I'd
think.
say so. I mean, there's only 6 games left. I mean, you're 11-5, depending on how the Colts play. I mean, and they're already 3 or 4 games back in their own division. They're
In their
sitting in
own
third
division,
third
yeah.
place. I think you have to win out to even get maybe like a fifth or sixth seed. I mean, maybe
No,
a seventh.
they'll probably end up slipping in the seventh seed there.
Yeah, let's see. You can go to the next game, but yeah, they got Colts, they got Cowboys. That's a
We'll
win.
get into
Texans,
the
Chargers, Titans, Broncos, Raiders. They have a pretty easy schedule coming up
yeah.
after this game. Besides the Broncos again towards the end of the season.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll get into the playoff predictions here, playoff picture here after the podcast, but we're both going Chiefs in this one. I think the
Mm-hmm.
Chiefs do win this one over the Colts and everything. Lock of the week, I bet, dude. I would put that as a lock of the week
No,
because Chiefs need to win that one. So I'll lock that one as a lock of the week. But
Patriots probably gonna be my lock of the week.
yeah, moving on. We got another 13 and a half point spread here. So
Mm-hmm.
tied with the Seahawks Titans here. But yeah, you got the 5-5 Ravens with Lamar Jackson back. He is sitting out practice this week or
No, he's
today.
fine.
But yeah, he's just resting up. Going up against the 2-8 Jets. So the 2-8 Jets are traveling to Baltimore to the Birdcage to face the
Mm-hmm.
5-5 Baltimore Ravens. Baltimore favored by 13 and a half. Yeah, Jets, not much to talk about. Tyrod Taylor's the starting quarterback. The
Yep.
Justin Fields got benched again this year for Tyrod Taylor. So we'll see what happens there. But going up against Lamar Jackson and the boys, yeah, I don't know if they have anything to kind of, yeah, yeah, really nothing to chirp about in this one. But yeah, what do you got?
Yeah, I mean Ravens. I mean we kind of called it when they started out what 0-3, I think it was. Let me
I
take a
think they had a
look
couple
here
games
quick.
they won with Lamar Jackson, but they went on like a 4 or 5 game
I think
losing streak. Yeah,
I think they're on a 5 game win streak right now, or 4 game win streak. If I Let me take a look
yeah.
here
So
quick.
they're probably sitting at 1-5 there. Yeah.
Yeah, they're on a 4 game win streak after being on a 4 game losing streak. So they're
Mm-hmm.
obviously getting it back together. Obviously, they didn't have Lamar Jackson in those losses, but yeah, 4 game win streak at home against the Jets with Tyrod Taylor. I don't remember the last time Tyrod Taylor played. I know it's maybe been a year or two. Last time I remember him actually playing a ton is when he got his lung punctured. I think he's playing for the Chargers.
Yeah, but he
Um,
played this year, dude.
yeah, did he play game?
Yeah.
I didn't think Justin Fields got benched, but
Mm-hmm.
um, I know they were questioning it. But yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go let's see, the Baltimore Ravens at home.
Yeah, this one should be an easy one. Yeah, Baltimore Ravens at home. Doesn't matter who's playing quarterback for the Jets. That franchise is not in shambles, but yeah, they are not. They're playing for a number one pick this year. Overall, they traded away a few key pieces, got some more picks and more assets there to kind
Mm-hmm.
of build on. But yeah, Quinnen Williams on the other hand, he had a couple sacks last week and everything like that. But yeah, Baltimore Ravens all the way in this one. Not really much to talk about. Derrick Henry probably gets a rushing touchdown because, yeah, no interior line for the Jets. Yeah, only real highlight on the Jets is, I guess, Brees Hall's still there. And
Mm-hmm.
John Mechie kind of playing halfway decent, I guess. Had a touchdown last week. But
Yeah,
yeah, not really much else to talk about. Give me the Baltimore Ravens in this one. And I don't know if they cover the spread. 13 and a half is a lot in the NFL, but I think they win this one pretty handedly there over the
yeah.
Jets. So, Then yeah, moving on, you got a Shedeur Sanders time. It is time, baby, for Shedeur Sanders to show everyone what he is all about. But he's the 2-8 Browns going up against the 2-8 Raiders. This is a good starting spot for Shedeur Sanders to come out. Las Vegas Raiders defense is probably one of the worst in the NFL. Secondary, I should say. I shouldn't say interior because obviously they got Max Crosby, but yeah, Browns defense has Myles Garrett. So I think actually, yeah, Browns. This one should be a win for the Browns if I'm looking at it. But Las Vegas Raiders are favored by 4 points in this one with Geno Smith and the boys there in Las Vegas. So yeah, 2-8 Raiders, 2-8 Browns in Las Vegas. Vegas is favored by 4.5. Who do you got in this one?
Yeah, I mean, I don't like this game at all. Yes, first time Shedeur Sanders has ever played with the ones, took any snaps with ones, practiced with them. So maybe they built some type of chemistry in 1 week or not even a full week. But obviously you have the Raiders kind of got demolished by the Cowboys last week on Monday night. I'm gonna go Las Vegas Raiders. I don't think Shedeur he's gonna have he's gonna have a few good throws. I'm gonna go Las Vegas Raiders and Geno Smith. Obviously, Geno Smith's had a few great games this year, throwing for 3-4 touchdowns and a few hundred yards. So I'm gonna go Las Vegas Raiders. I confidently believe, in the Las Vegas Raiders.
I'm going Showtime. Shedeur Sanders, baby. I'm taking the Browns in this one. This one's a preseason game for Shedeur. He's going to throw 2 or 3 touchdowns.
No,
might even
won't.
Run one in. Yeah, he will, dude. This is going to be one of those games where he's going to show everyone what he is all about. He's going to get a week full of practice. He already knows the playbook and everything.
He has no football IQ, bro.
Yeah, he does, dude. He has like
He's
a 78% completion percentage in college. Obviously, he has football IQ if he has the highest percentage in college football in completion passes.
Yeah, it's way different. Did you watch when he came in? He threw a pick on the second drive.
I saw him running around for his life.
Yeah.
So he was getting hit as he was throwing that pass. I mean, yeah, there was no protection.
Got to be able to stay in the pocket. Do you think there's going to be
Ravens defense is good. Yeah, Van Noy and all those boys and
no, but I mean Raiders got Max Crosby running.
All these double Max Crosby. Yeah, chip Max Crosby all game. Yep, I bet you Shedeur Sanders throws for 2 touchdowns and maybe even runs one. And this is going to be one of his preseason games to start his NFL debut, and he's going to be the Browns quarterback for a long time coming. I think Browns.
No fucking way.
Browns are going to be looking good here. So yeah, give me the Cleveland Browns and the dog pound to beat the Raiders there at 3:05. This one should be a fun one to watch. even though they are both 2-8 teams, this one should be a battle there. It should be a dogfight, to be honest. Both scrounging teams, scrappy teams. No, seriously, dude. Why are you laughing?
I just think it's funny. I mean, you said this is where he's gonna play his career. The Browns, it's where QBs go to die, dude. Baker Mayfield played at the Browns, and Baker Mayfield's a top 5 quarterback in the NFL.
Not Showtime, baby. Not Showtime,
man.
Yeah, Deion Sanders could have been on any team, and he's going to ball out and do his thing the same way Shedeur is.
Yeah.
Same way Shedeur is. He's obviously not going to be returning punts and shit, but he's going to be electric, and he's going to have the ball in his hands every single play. Just watch. Shedeur Sanders is going to ball out. This is his moment to shine. Yeah, obviously the last game he got thrown into the Wolves, and they were
thrown to the Wolves. I mean, you got to be ready, man.
Yeah, because you come on, dude. Yeah. But I mean, yeah, he basically got thrown to the Wolves, especially against the Ravens defense that was already beating the shit out of Dylan Gabriel. They're just on one last week, the Ravens defense, and it hasn't been. And so, good thing for the Ravens, their defense is coming out and playing really well. But yeah, I think Shedeur against the Raiders goes for a couple touchdowns.
He played quite a bit. He's 4 for 16.
He played like
47 yards.
He played 1 quarter.
I mean, shit threw 16 times, had 4 completions.
4 incompletions.
No, he threw 16 times. He threw 4 completions.
He was 4 for 16.
4 for 16 pick. And he had 16 yards rushing.
Yeah. But like I said, he was getting – and he got a sack. He took like a 14-yard sack. But he'll get better as time goes on. And I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited for this guy. Now that you say that, let's see how he plays. I mean, I hope he does good, but I just don't think – maybe not. I don't know. It's a tough organization to win in, especially they're already 2-8. Do you think all those players are playing for him to win? They don't give a shit if he wins or not.
Yeah, I bet you they do. It's a family, dude. It's the same thing with any other team that anybody else is on, dude. You're not just gonna go out there and throw the game.
There's a lot of teams that do not care. They're 2-8. They're playing for themselves.
Yeah, but
and
they
try to
also
get.
have incentives and they got to put food on the table. They're not just going to give up. I mean, obviously, yeah. I just think I like Shadur. I like his. He's been positive his whole entire time. Even after the game, he was smiling, just thanking God for the opportunity that he got. Like, I mean, he's not a. I don't think he's self-centered or anything like that. Obviously, he's flashy, he likes all the bling bling and likes to put on a show. But it's
Mhm.
he's a good kid at heart, and I think he's going to go out there and prove everyone wrong.
Hell
That's just
yeah,
my
I'm ready
take
to
on that.
tune.
And
Yeah, 305. I'm ready to tune in.
yeah, it's gonna be a fun game. And even if it's two and eight teams, I think it's gonna be a fun game to watch. So it's gonna be a lot of electric plays, even on both sides. Yeah, you'll see Myles Garrett getting a couple sacks, probably Max Crosby getting a couple sacks. But I mean, Browns Isaiah Bond, Cedric Tillman's back off of IR. He's a young, talented wide receiver. You got Jerry Jeudy, who played pretty
Hmm.
well a couple games ago. I mean, they got talent at the and David Njoku and Harold Fannin. They just got to beef up the line a little bit, and their defense is halfway decent. I mean, yeah, you got Myles Garrett in the
Yeah,
interior, but
yeah. I think
other
Miles
than
Garrett has
that,
like 16 sacks already this year or something like
yeah.
that.
So I mean, balling out. I mean, I think he had four last week against Lamar Jackson. So
Yeah, he's had. I think he's had two
four
games with
sacks
three,
games,
4 sacks. Yeah.
three or more, whatever. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, he's a baller. I mean, he's probably going to win defense. Probably not defensive player of the year, but he's going to win sack leader probably.
Hmm.
But yeah, let's hop into the next one here. So, all right, yeah, moving on here, we got another 3:05 o'clock game, afternoon game there. We got the 6-4 Jaguars who have been playing like really well. They beat up on the Chargers last week. And like we were talking about last week, I think we both picked the Chargers in that one, or did you pick the Jags? I think
No, I picked the Chargers.
we both picked the Chargers, thinking, yeah, coming off the line. But I forgot both of their tackles are out. Joe Alt and the other tackle are both out. So
Yeah.
I mean, we should have been keeping that into account, and I was not thinking about that at all, picking that game. And the Jaguars defense is stout. They got a lot of good young talent there on the linebacker and interior, and also in the secondary as well. But yeah, Jaguars been playing really well, and they're going up
Hmm.
against a 3-7 Cardinals team who haven't quite got it figured out. I mean, yeah, you got Jacoby Brissett. We have Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to be out another week this
Yep, I
week,
saw that.
still dealing with the appendicitis emergency surgery or whatever.
And what's that running back's name?
DiMarcado,
Damon
Amari
Carter. I
DiMarcado.
think he's out as well.
Yeah, he got a little banged up last week against the 49ers as well.
Hmm.
So I mean, yeah, Brock Purdy kind of put it to him last week against the Cardinals. So, yeah,
Yeah.
not a whole lot of bright spots going on with the birds there in the Cardinals, but a lot of bright spots to talk about with the Jacksonville Jaguars. I mean, Kobe Myers has been kind of fitting in pretty well there in Jacksonville. But yeah, you have Bashal Tootin going for a couple of touchdowns.
Hmm.
Yeah, Travis Etienne playing well. Yeah, I mean, a lot of positive things coming out of Jacksonville, especially putting a butt whooping on the Chargers there, and their defense
Hmm.
looked really, really stout last week as well. So, yeah, kind of a historic loss and dominated them 35-6 over the Chargers there. So, yeah, 6-4 Jags, 3-7 Cards. Jacksonville favored by 3 points. Jaguars are favored by three. Who do you got?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Duval. Yeah, I
Yep.
think the running backs here, Bashal Two and Travis Etienne, 75 yards each last week, so 100, 140, 150 yards on the ground between the two of them, 3 touchdowns. Um, Getting the run game going, defense played well. Yeah, the Jags look like a, I don't want to put them in the top AFC teams,
But
but
they're playing
they look
well.
pretty well. Yeah.
That was
So
without Travis Hunter and Brian Thomas Jr. too.
yeah, yeah. And I'm not sure when Brian Thomas is back. I don't know if it's this
He's
week.
questionable this week, yeah, so he might be back
Yeah.
this week. But
And that
yeah,
absolutely adds a
Parker
little bit of firepower
Washington,
to their offense too. So
yeah, of
yeah, Parker
course,
Washington's playing really well
he's
past few
stepping up a
weeks.
little bit. Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Jacksonville Jaguars. Yeah, I don't really have that much else to add besides the Jags' run game is obviously dominant and get tooting the ball and Travis Etienne and kind of
Well,
doing
even
that dynamic duo and I think they win the game.
I think Trevor Lawrence even had a rushing touchdown last week. So
He might have. I can check
yeah,
here.
no, I think he backseat did. I'm pretty sure. So, but yeah, looking at that, yeah, I'm going Jacksonville Jaguars as well in this one. Cardinals just can't quite figure it out, and especially without Marvin Harrison Jr., the number one target there at wide receiver, I don't think, and Amari DiMarcado maybe possibly being out as well. Yeah,
Hmm.
Jacksonville Jaguars, I think, rolled this one. This one should be a lock of the week. So yeah,
Yeah,
give me the Jacksonville Jaguars
and they
over
got
the
Jacoby
Arizona
Myers
Cardinals.
too.
Yeah, that's what I first mentioned there
Yeah,
at
60
the
some
very
yards or
beginning.
something like that.
Yeah, he's been fitting in pretty well with Jacksonville and everything. He's a good target for. I mean, just wait till they get all three back: Travis Hunter, Jacoby Myers, and Brian Thomas
Hmm.
Jr. They'll be loaded, and they have two great running backs in Bashal Tuden and Travis Etienne, like you mentioned. Their
Yeah.
defense is just playing better and better each week. So yeah, Jacksonville is on a roll. They could be a team to look out for there in the AFC, like you mentioned. So yeah, give me Jacksonville Jaguars in this one in the afternoon there. That should be a lock of the week there. Moving on, America's game of the week, hands down. We got a divisional matchup, 8-2 Philadelphia Eagles, like we mentioned, coming off that win last week over the another NFC opponent there in the Detroit Lions. That was basically for the top of the NFC there, and the Lions and the Eagles put it to them. Their defense is looking really good, but they are going up against a high-powered offense in the Dallas Cowboys there with George Pickens and CD Lamb and Dak Prescott and the boys.
Hmm.
Yeah, Philly's favored by 3.5 on the road in this one though, but this one should be a fun one. Divisional, like we always mentioned, divisional ones are always close, and this great defense against this high-powered great offense. Yeah, what do you got to add to this one? This should be the main one to watch this week in Week
Hmm.
12.
Yeah, I mean, Cowboys looked. I know they were playing the Raiders last week or Monday night. They looked really good. Took a little bit for George Pickens and C to get going the few first drives, but then they both popped off, both had a
Oh,
touchdown.
they got benched the first drive. They were out
Yeah.
at the casino gambling, so
Oh yeah,
they
yeah,
didn't
yeah. I
even
think I did see that.
play the very first drive. They were benched the first drive and didn't get to go in. But yeah, once they did, they were like, "Hey, coach, put me in." And
Hmm.
George Pickens balled out. So did CD. And yeah, they balled out. But yeah, what were you saying?
Yep, they just looked good. Javante looks good. Had his most carries as a back. I think he had some 15, 20 carries. Um, and then yeah, defense stepped it up. I mean, a huge addition in Quinton Williams. I had a sack and a half first off, and didn't have a sack and a half game with the Jets
Yep.
this past year, or this year. So they look good, but I just don't think they can get it done against Philadelphia Eagles. We've seen them. Obviously, you can say what you want to, but I think the Packers are a good team, and they beat the Packers and they beat the Detroit Lions. Not handily, you could say handily, but obviously the scoreboard doesn't show it in both those games.
Didn't
But I
dominate
think
them, but yes, they won. They had control of the game pretty
game
much
the
the
entire
whole.
time. Yeah, yeah. So I don't think the Cowboys, would be cool to see them win, knock off the Eagles, especially at this big of rivalry. Would be cool to see them knock off the Eagles at home. See their defense step up and see those two receivers, like you mentioned, Pickens and CeeDee Lamb go off, Javante go off again. That'd be cool, but I just don't think they get it done. So I'm gonna go Philadelphia Eagles on the road.
Yeah, I mean both trade acquisitions there at the trade deadline are paying off huge for both
Hmm.
teams. Jaden Phillips doing it again last week. And then yeah, like you said, Quinton Williams there for the boys having a couple sacks or a sack and a half, what have you. But yeah, this one should be a fun one. We got two teams, obviously Cowboys sitting at 4-5-1. Record doesn't show it, but their offense is high powered and it's at home.
Hmm. Yeah,
But like I think the Cardinals beat them at home earlier this week, or a couple
early this
weeks
year.
ago. So that
Yeah.
yeah, a couple weeks ago. So that wasn't a good outing. But Cowboys, they looked good last week. Bounced back on Monday night prime time. This one's another kind of not necessarily prime time, but everyone's going to be watching this game there at 3:25. Going to be televised everywhere. So this one should be a fun one. They play really well, especially at home. Uh,
Hmm.
I think shoot, I think Cowboys might upset them for some reason. I have a feeling, especially with I mean, Cowboy or Lions stopped the tush push a couple times, once or twice there last week.
Yeah.
With the Cowboys interior looking the way it does now, with
I
Quinton
mean,
Williams sitting in the
Kenny
middle, I
Clark,
mean,
both of those two guys. I mean, yeah, him and Kenny Clark. Yeah, I think Kenny Clark had that point, that other half sack.
mhm.
So yeah, and then obviously you have what's his name, Logan Wilson,
Yep,
his
who was
addition.
acquired
So
by the Cincinnati Bengals. Yep, I don't know his
yep.
stats
So
what he did last week, but
I think he played for sure. I just don't know if he had how many tackles he had, but
yeah, I don't know his
yeah, it
specific
could be an
stats.
upset. I just think the Eagles they're getting by. I mean, they're controlling the games like they should. Doesn't need to be anything fancy.
No,
So I just think
but
the Eagles should get it done.
AJ Brown they target him early and often, so he's going to be getting targets. And the Cowboys secondary isn't anything to call home about. So I mean, But this one should be a fun one. Give me the boys. Give me the. I'll take this one as one of the teams, one of the games that we flip flop. But yeah, give me the boys in this one. This one should be a fun one. I'm excited for this one. They're at 325, America's Game of the Week. You got the Eagles. I got the boys. Divisional game. Let's do it. That one should be a fun one to watch there. But yeah, give me the Cowboys and yeah, CD Lamb and George Pickens both going off for money games this week. Book it. And give me the boys in this one and book that as well. Yeah, give me the boys.
Yeah, Logan Wilson had 2 tackles last week, so not
Yeah,
typical.
so I mean, he's getting
2
involved.
solos.
I mean, but yeah, getting involved and everything like that. I mean, you're sitting there outside middle linebacker, something like that. Middle linebacker should have more tackles than that. But if Quinton Williams and Kenny Clark are stopping them short, no need for their linebackers to tackle them. So, but yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Eagles, Cowboys. You got the Eagles. I got the Cowboys. Let's roll
Yep.
on to the next one. Divisional game here. 3-7 Falcons, 2-8 Saints. Unfortunate news coming from the Falcons. I guess. I mean, yeah, unfortunate. Michael Penix is going to be out for probably the remainder of the year. He has some like not a torn ACL, but damage to his ACL, and he's already had that repaired
It's like
probably
I think it's
twice.
a bad bone bruise. This is his 6th knee injury, and including
In
his
four
college
years.
career.
Yeah,
Maybe
right.
not 6, maybe 5th. Yeah, so
Still,
he's. I think they're just being. It's more on like the precautionary side, just not trying to injure it any further. Just have him be out half of next year.
yep.
Um,
But they have a $40 million
Kirko,
coming in.
baby.
Yeah, they have a
Kirko,
$40
$180
million.
million coming in
Well, $40 million this year.
this year. Yeah.
Kirko Chains though coming in, taking over the Falcons. We saw what he did last year when he came in. Not great. So we'll see what happens this year. It's a brand new year, baby. Brand new, taking over a team. Got a lot of weapons in the Atlanta Falcons area, in the Georgia area. So I mean, we'll see what happens there in this one. But you're facing against 2-8 Saints. I mean, they're not backing down either. Tyler Shaw's been playing halfway decent, and everything like that. And I think they're coming off a bye here this week. So Tyler Shaw got a little bit of a week and a half about to kind of get right with the boys and everything like that. But either or Spencer Rattler or Tyler Shaw, they've both of them playing pretty well. To be completely honest with you, even though the record's sitting at 2-8, the Saints have been playing pretty halfway decent, I would say, and they're favored by a point and a half in this one. And so being at home helps, obviously, but Falcons not looking great. Obviously, they took that loss to the Panthers there. Should have won that game, went into overtime, and the Panthers were able to pull that one out. But yeah, with Michael Penix going down, and is not a good look. But they still have a lot of weapons. Tyler Algier had another great game last week. I know we had that debate about him and David Montgomery being like the same and not comparable and things of that nature. But he's been playing well the last few weeks. Bijan Robinson obviously is there. Drake London's having a hell of a year. Yeah, Drake London may be out though this week, which is also another not so bright spot for the Falcons. So Darnell Mooney's probably going to be looking like your number one, or Kyle Pitts. So that's probably why the Saints are favored in this one by a point and a half. But yeah, 3-7 Saints, or 3-7 Falcons, 2-8 Saints. Saints favored by a point and a half at home. Who you got?
Yeah, give me Kirko Chains and the Atlanta Falcons on the road. I think he plays. Hopefully, he plays well. I mean, can't say he's going to, but yeah, I'm going to say he's going to, and I think the Falcons win on the road here against the New Orleans Saints.
Yeah, this one should be maybe a close one. Falcons defense is good. Saints defense halfway. But Tyler Shock versus Kirko Chains, both vanilla quarterbacks there in this one. But yeah, I'm gonna rock with Vegas. Give me the Saints. I'll take the Saints point and a half there if you're rocking with Falcons, even though Falcons, yeah, with Kirko Cousins, second string, without Drake London possibly, but they still have a good run game. But yeah, give me the Saints. I'll rock with Vegas in this one and take that point and a half. Give me the Saints in this one over the Atlanta Falcons. For some reason, the Saints are calling my name, especially being at home and in the Caesars Dome. So yeah, give me the Saints in this one.
There you go.
We'll see. We need every game we can get, man. I think we're down 11 or something like that.
You're 163. I think I'm up.
I'm 100
10 games.
100. Yeah, 10 back to 10 now. Okay.
Back to 10. Yeah.
Back to 10. So yeah, give me the Saints over the Falcons in that one. I think Tyler Shook balls out in that one, or Spencer Rattler, whoever's been at the QB helm, but I think it's going to be Shook. But yeah, moving on. Sunday night football, we got another banger. Bucks barely lost last week. It was a back and forth game against the Buffalo Bills. Like we mentioned, fucking Josh Allen going for 6 touchdowns there, but Buccaneers had them. They had a great second quarter, put up for. Yeah, but overall, Bucky Irving, Chris Godwin, probably back this week. So that adds a huge thing to the Bucks if they are. I don't know if they are or not. They're both questionable. But this I thought they were going to be back next week, coming off their bye, but they obviously both sat out. But hopefully this is the week that they get back into action because they are well missed in Tampa Bay. But they are traveling to Los Angeles to take on the Rams there at SoFi Stadium. 8-2 Rams who knocked off their divisional opponent last week in the Seattle Seahawks, took the number one spot in their division, and number one, tied with number one in the NFC there with the Eagles. They're both sitting at 8-2. So 6-4 Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Baker Mayfield traveling to Los Angeles to take on the 8-2 what's his name? Fucking Matt Stafford. Matt Stafford led Rams. So, and the Rams are favored by 7 points in this one at home. Who do you
got? Give me Baker Mayfield and the underdogs here in the Buccaneers. Like you said, we don't know for sure if Bucky Irving's going to play. Chris Godwin. But yeah, I just like Baker's aggressiveness. This is a big game for him. 6-4, you're sitting at. I think they're a better team, and they played a tough team last week in the Buffalo Bills, and Josh Allen went off for 6 touchdowns, like you mentioned. It's just a tough game all around. I'm not having all your weapons either, and they lose by 8, 10.
They lost by 7. It was a touchdown game, I believe. Yeah. It's 32-44. Actually, it was actually a little more than that. Fucking 12-point game, but
12-point game.
It was within. But then the Josh Allen scored it at the end there, to kind of seal the deal.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was. Yeah, I told you so kind of mood for Josh Allen and everything like that. He was just feeling himself that game. And yeah, hopefully he can keep it up, but he's coming off a short week, and on Thursday night, he plays Thursday night. But Bucks get a kind of a full week to kind of rest and recuperate there and play Sunday night there. So hopefully they get their boys back in Bucky Irving and Chris Godwin. Obviously they're out Mike Evans with a broken collarbone and things that and Mecca Mbuka kind of was a little dealing with the hammy the past few weeks, but hopefully he's back and healthy. But yeah, this one's a tough one. You got the Bucks in this one?
I want to take the Bucks, yeah.
Shoot, with that 7 points, I don't think Bucky Irving and those guys are going to play. I don't know why it would be 7 points.
It's still
Rams
early,
looked good. Yeah, it's Wednesday. But Rams looked good last week against the Seattle Seahawks. Played really well.
Yeah, but they did play well. Really good. Defense played really well. I didn't rewatch all the interceptions that Sam Darnold threw that game. I don't know if a few of them were just bad throws.
Tips or,
or if they're tipped or whatever, or just good coverage. I'm not sure.
I think he was getting hit a lot that game too.
Yeah, and the Buccaneers defense is pretty good.
Not as good as not as good as the Not as good as that. Who are we talking about? Fucking who did they play last week? I just had it in my head.
No, the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, the Seattle Seahawks team defense is better than Bucks.
Yeah. I'm gonna go Buccaneers. I gotta stay with Buccaneers. I like I mentioned earlier, I just like Baker's swagger, competitiveness. He's not going down without a fight, even without his weapons. And I think the biggest weapon, even if they don't get Chris Godwin back, if they have Egbuka and then Bucky Irving, I think he makes their offense a lot better. So I'm gonna go Buccaneers.
Yeah, I mean, if it was picking against the spread, I would pick Buccaneers every day with a 7-point spread. But if we're just going money line, I'm gonna have to go Rams in this one. Even if they do get those guys back, the Rams defense looked really good last week. Matt Stafford playing really well. Puka Nacua back, and he's looking good. Yeah, Devontae Adams. Yeah, they're just a full throttle team, and they looked really well. As the defense really stepped it up. I mean, the defense has been playing really well all year, but they had 4 takeaways last week. And everything like that. So yeah, give me the LA Rams in this one. If you're going Bucks for sure, I'll take a game there in that one. But 7 points is a lot. I think Tampa Bay covers that 7, but I think the Rams overall get the W on Sunday night. But it should be a fun one. That's a nice Sunday night matchup there.
Yeah, it is.
That they gave us.
Baker's fireworks, man. He's electric. He's fun to watch.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, we should be on prime time every night. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, Buccaneers, Rams. I'll take the Rams. You got the Bucks in that one there on Sunday night there.
Yeah.
And then Monday night, wrap up week 12. Obviously, we'll go back and watch, recap the Vikings and the Packers and go over that one. But this is going to wrap up week 12 on Monday night. You got the 6-5 Panthers. We got another dub last, or not, I mean, obviously another dub, but not back to back. But they did get another victory last week, and over the Panthers, like we mentioned, by 3 points. Bryce Young had a hell of a game. I think he threw for like 450 yards, and stuff like that. So he had one of his best games of his career. But yeah, Brock Purdy's back. He had 3 touchdowns last week as well. And
Mm-hmm.
49ers are sitting at 7-4. So they are also looking really good. Obviously, it's still a little banged up, but they're banged up every year, but somehow find a way to fight through it there. But you got the 6-5 Bryce Young led Panthers going up against the 7-4 Brock Purdy led 49ers. San Francisco favored by 7.5 at Levi Stadium. Who do you got?
Yeah, I got 49ers all the way. Yeah, Brock Purdy didn't skip a beat after coming back. After that injury, I think he looks the exact same. And luckily they had, what's his name, Mac Jones step in and keep him in that still water where they could still win games and stuff like
Yep.
that.
Mac Jones get a big paycheck this next offseason.
Yeah, he should for sure. But no, I'm gonna go 49ers. George Kittle, Christian McCaffrey, Brock Purdy back at home, 49ers.
Yep. I'm going to rock with the 49ers as well. Panthers should have lost last week. Yeah, and Panthers are a good team. Yeah, Bryce Young playing well. I mean, they're just young team, and I
Mm-hmm.
don't think going up against this veteran presence and Shanahan and everything, they're gonna let the Cats beat them there. So I'm gonna take the 49ers in that one. Doesn't matter who's starting at quarterback, Brock Purdy or Mac Jones. And they're finally getting healthy. I think did they get Ricky Pearsall back last week? Or Juwan Jennings? I think Juwan Jennings was back last week. Maybe not Ricky Pearsall, or maybe vice versa. One of the two.
I think Pearsall was
One
back.
of the
Yeah.
two are back, and then yeah, obviously they got CMC in the backfield. George Kittle's back. They're just finally getting full back healthy. Obviously, the defense, they got Joey Bosa and Fred Warner out for the rest of the year, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
At least Joey
Yep.
Bosa's out for the rest of the year. I'm not sure if Fred Warner's out for the rest of the year, but yeah. So defense is a little banged up, but their offense is full throttle. So yeah, give me the 49ers into this one over the Carolina Panthers. I think the Panthers kind of go on a 3-4 game losing streak and kind of fall out of the playoffs there.
Mm-hmm.
They had their run, but I don't think they're full potential. I don't think they've hit their full potential yet. So I think they got a couple of years to work on that. But yeah, 49ers all the way in this one on Monday night there, to wrap up week 12. In the bye week teams, you got the Broncos, the Dolphins, the Chargers, and the Commanders all get a week of rest there. And so, yeah, Broncos need it coming off that long, 8-game win streak and everything like that. They put in a lot of work. Dolphins just need some
Mm-hmm.
time to recover. They did get a win last week, over the Commanders, who are also on a bye week, so they need some time to recuperate. And the Chargers coming out that butt whooping against the Jaguars. So
Mm-hmm.
only winning team on bye week is the Broncos there, off a huge one actually. And the
Yeah,
rest
for
of the
sure.
rest of the teams coming off. Dolphins actually got a dub too, but not a great victory over the Commanders, but they did get a W in the W column. So
Mm-hmm.
those are your bye week teams. And now let's head back to our America's game of the week. We got the Vikings taking on the Packers. So yeah, this rivalry dates back ages there, and especially in our household. Ever
Mm-hmm.
since, basically we knew what football was. We've been on opposite sides. I was a Viking, he was a Packer there. So, 4-6 Vikes, 6-3 Pack, 6-3-1 Pack, I should say. Green Bay is favored by 6 points, and it is in Lambeau, or is at Lambeau. So traveling there. Supposed to be a nice weekend though. Looks like 50-degree weather in Lambeau, so
Mm-hmm.
don't get the cold weather home conditions there. But
No.
yeah, JJ McCarthy playing against the rivals there in the Packers, and I should say he is 2-1 in the division. Obviously, should have got that win over against the Bears last week. Don't know what KOC was telling the boys on special teams, but yeah, it could be 3-0 in the division, and this is another huge divisional game on the road. And so this one should be a fun one to watch for JJ McCarthy. Hopefully, he can play well, but the Pack playing halfway decent, I shouldn't say really well. Obviously, coming off a couple losses there,
Mm-hmm.
against the Panthers and so on and so forth. But did get it back in the win column against the Giants, a must-need win because they are going on a heavy divisional game streak here
Yeah.
against in the NFC North. But yeah, 4-6 Vikes, 6-3 Pack, 6-3-1 Pack. Green Bay favored by 6 points at home. Who do you got? Obviously, I know you got, but what do you got to
Yeah.
add to this
Yeah,
game?
Packer. I absolutely going Packers here at home. Um, just a few key notes to add. Josh Jacobs day to day with any injury. If he's not able to go, I would suck. But I mean, I believe Emmanuel Wilson. He played pretty well when
Yeah,
Josh Jacobs did go
definitely
down.
played well last week.
Yeah, just a few things to clean up. I mean, obviously a lot of drops again. Yet again, Romeo Doubs cannot seem to catch the goddamn ball. But I mean, hopefully he's able to just shake off those cobwebs or whatever he's going through. He's got to trust his hands and play ball. Micah Parsons stepped up second half last week. Forced fumble towards the end of the game. Didn't recover, but forced fumble. And he does lead the NFL in 53 pressures, even coming off of double teams. He's the most double team player as a D lineman. Most pressures, even coming off chip blocks. So he's starting to come into his own a little bit. I mean, obviously we've seen a few times where he, when we need him to step up, he does. He's done that a few times for us to get the win. So yeah, Packers, and then yeah, Jordan Love, shoulder injury, but he was full participant today in practice, so he's going to be a full go. And yeah, he came up clutch with us like he usually does, and it's Toyotathon here coming up, so this is where he plays his best ball, and he kind of showed it last week, kind of leaning into that Toyotathon type style of play he does. So yeah, obviously, Packers should be a tough game, and I just don't think after not this past week, but our previous 2 weeks before last week, 2 losses at home. I don't think we'll lose again at home. So I would go Packers here. It should be a tough game. Should be a fun game to watch. But yeah, I'm gonna go Packers.
Yeah, I'm going obviously Vikings here. Yeah, it is nice to have Jordan Love back. Would suck if Josh Jacobs is not able to go for the
Mm-hmm.
Packers there. But yeah, it is what it is. They got their backup running backs. They've been playing halfway decent, especially Emmanuel Wilson stepping up. Christian Watson is probably your number one wide receiver there in
Yep.
Green Bay right now, as the last few weeks there, it looks like, and
Mm-hmm.
as it appears. Luke Musgrave was non-existent last week for the Pack either.
Yep.
And then, yeah, as far as the Vikings go, JJ McCarthy just got to find where he needs to throw the ball. He had a lot of errant throws last week, a lot of underthrows, a lot of overthrows, not really anything in the vicinity of a lot of his targets. Yeah, Jordan Addison had a few drops as well. One big one could have had like a 40-yard catch there early in the game against the Bears. Obviously, Justin Jefferson's getting frustrated with everything going on. But I mean, we just got to give JJ McCarthy a little bit more time. And yeah, like I said, his mechanics are very poor. He overstrides on his throws, doesn't have a lot of hip motion to get the ball. It looks like he's rocketing them, like throwing them really hard, but it's just
Mm-hmm.
because he's long striding and putting so much effort into his throws. Obviously, I don't know if, yeah, we got to be able to, you got to be able to fix that and got to get more from the ground up into your throws instead of just throwing all from the arm and everything. And that's why all of his passes are inaccurate, just because he's just throwing
Mm-hmm.
his arm, not with his body. And that's how, like, yeah, quarterback should be
Yeah.
throwing from the ground up, and he's just throwing all arm,
I mean,
basically
yeah,
all
just
upper body.
I mean, it looks. I don't know I just haven't really watched his mechanics, but a lot of his throws. I mean, if you just Jordan Love, I mean, he has some throws where he's using so much from his upper body, where his foot is coming off the ground. Have you see those throws where he's using his whole like lower body to throw the ball?
Well, yeah, watch Aaron Rodgers throw.
Well,
I
yeah,
mean,
throw the exact same, yeah, through the hips.
yeah, exactly. And that's where all the power comes from. You watch Tom Brady, his mechanics are pure, he's
Patrick
perfect.
Mahomes.
I mean, Patrick Mahomes is a little bit obscure, but yeah, it kind of like that in a sense. But yeah, a lot of his passes are, his shoulders are above his hips or leading forward from his hips, and that's not supposed to be like
Mm-hmm.
that. They're supposed to be behind your hips, and you're supposed to be thrusting. Yeah, obviously, I'm not one to speak. I'm not an NFL quarterback or anything,
Right.
but just kind of watching him throw, he's throwing all arm, and that's why everything's short. He's getting hit at the line and not able to throw through the contact and everything like that because he's using all of his upper body. Once he gets stopped, the ball's not going anywhere, things of that nature. So we got to get it figured out. Shorten up the plays from Kevin O'Connell. I mean, plays take 5 seconds to develop, but he's only getting 3.5 seconds to throw the ball. So shorten up the route, shorten up the play calls, get the run game a little bit more involved. and obviously tough to do against Packers. Defense has been playing pretty well last couple of weeks, and with the players that they have, Micah Parsons, Quay Walker,
Mm-hmm.
uh, uh,
Rashawn
listens
Gary.
Rashawn Gary, yeah, everything like that. And their secondary is playing pretty good too. McKinney, I think, had that. Did he had that pick last week, or who had that? Who had the pick last
I
week?
can't remember the back of the end zone. I can't remember who that was.
Either way, they've been playing halfway. They played well last week, and we'll
Mm-hmm.
see what happens here this week. But the divisional game, like we mentioned, all these are going to be close. Packers are favored by 6. I think the Vikings cover that 6. Hopefully, JJ McCarthy can get things figured out. Hopefully, they talked about his mechanics and yada. Yeah, I mean, not even mechanics. If you just get him shorter plays, quicker play calls, shorter passes, I
Get the
think
ball quicker, yeah.
our playmakers can outplay the secondary of the Packers. So if you get him the ball in the Jordan Addison's hands, JJ Jetta's hands, yeah, Aaron Jones. Yeah, this is a
Mm-hmm.
return revenge game, not a return game, and they played last year. But obviously, Aaron Jones going up against his former team in the Packers. Hopefully, he
Yep.
has a big game and everything like that. TJ Hawkins has got to step up, everything like that. But our defense keep playing the way our defense has been playing. They've been playing really well, holding teams to field goals, 3-and-outs, things of that nature. Been playing really well, trying to keep our offense in it. But yeah, we just gotta pick it up on offense. We can't let our defense be exposed to that
Yeah.
much on the field
Should be a
as
good
far
game.
as that goes. Yeah, it should be fun. So yeah, I got the Vikes. Obviously, you got the Pack.
Mm-hmm.
Honey, you grab my helmet. I'm just joking, but we got the Vikes, baby. We got the Vikes representing in this one. So yeah, school Vikes in this one. So hell yeah, that wraps it up though for a week. Do you got anything to add to that one? You want your grab your helmet and everything?
No, my helmet's in another room, but no, yeah, I'm going Packers. I mean, I if we have as many drops as we did last week, I mean, Romeo Doubt's supposed to be our. At one point, I thought he was our one because he's had a few really good games, and then Christian Watson comes on the scene after injury and had a phenomenal catch in the back of the end zone, kind of won us the game. Um, yeah, Romeo Doubs just has to catch the ball. I mean, he's a veteran, um, and was hoping to get Jaden Reed back, but obviously Matt LaFleur has now opened his practice window, so he won't be playing this week. But would have been awesome to have him play.
Well,
So
he's gonna be out all season, isn't he, with a broken collarbone?
no, no,
When did he get hurt? Like week 4?
yeah, they said 8 weeks, so technically week 12, so he'll be back. I'd say in the
Yeah.
next 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, that would be nice. But yeah, just showing you that wraps it up week 12 of the games and everything. Yeah, should be a fun week 12 slate and all that good stuff. Um, yeah, what else you got to add? I'll just go back to the scores and everything, and we'll recap this one here. So yeah, Bills kicking off on Thursday. Got a few divisional games throughout the week. Vikings and Packers, the ones we're going to be looking at, as well as yeah, a few of these other ones. Colts Chiefs should be a good one. Like we mentioned, the
Hmm.
Browns Raiders. I want to watch Shadur playing that one. Eagles Cowboys and America's game of the week, and then to wrap it up on Sunday night, you got the Bucks and Rams, which should be a fun one as well. And then Monday night Panthers and 49ers. So yeah, should be a
Yes,
fun
sir.
week 12 and everything like that. And yeah, let's hop into the standings here, just to kind of preview the standings and everything for the NFL and see what's going on with that there. So looking at it, AFC here, you got the New England Patriots leading the AFC East. The Pittsburgh Steelers only one game ahead of everyone else, or against the Baltimore Ravens in the AFC North. Colts leading
Hmm.
the AFC South, and Denver leading the AFC West. So those are your 4 teams that are making the playoffs for sure out of the AFC if it were to end right now. Buffalo Bills would also be in the mix.
Yeah, I do have the
Los
picture
Angeles
too.
Chargers would also be in the mix, and so would the Jacksonville Jaguars. Those would be your 7 teams out of
Hmm.
the AFC. Patriots, Steelers, Colts, Broncos, Chargers, Jacksonville Jaguars, and Buffalo Bills would be your 7 teams out of the AFC if it were to end right now for the playoff
Yeah.
picture out of the AFC. So yeah, looking at it, teams that you're surprised that are not in it. Baltimore Ravens obviously would be surprised if they didn't make it. And then the Kansas City Chiefs there also be
Hmm.
surprised if they didn't make it. A few other teams, obviously Houston Texans, they're sitting close, but with CJ Stroud being out and everything like that, I don't know if they can make it any more push in this division, especially with the Colts there and the
Right.
Jaguars on the run that they're making. So yeah, basically that probably will be the playoff picture. Kansas City Chiefs got to find a way to squeak in over Jacksonville. or Baltimore. But Baltimore and Kansas City there are chasing there for that 7th seed, it looks like. So, so yeah, anything else to add to that? Do you know any
No,
surprises or anything like that?
I mean, yeah, I mean, like you called it all. Yeah, Chiefs probably the biggest surprise I think of the NFL. Um, yeah, let's see. I'm just looking at that.
I mean, Baltimore should make
I
it. They're only
mean,
one
no.
game
So
behind
right now,
Pittsburgh.
after last week, I mean, just looking at the playoff picture. So you got 2 versus 7. So New England versus Jacksonville. That's going to be your what's it called? Divisional or your
Wild
wild
card,
card
right?
round. And then Indianapolis versus the Chargers, 3 versus 6, and then Pittsburgh versus Buffalo, 4 versus 5. So technically, the Chiefs, if they, I mean, obviously they asked when that Chargers got last week. If they keep going downhill and the Chiefs, like I said, win out, they can hop into that 6 seed in front of the Chargers. If they win out, like I said, and the Chargers go downhill.
Yeah, I think
Um,
we're going to see the Pittsburgh Steelers fall off. I think Baltimore takes over number one position in a couple weeks, and I think Pittsburgh Steelers fall a couple more games there, and I think Kansas City finds a way to squeak it in there. So you'll have 3 teams coming out of the AFC West there: Kansas City, Denver, and the Chargers, and then you'll have Baltimore in the AFC North, New England, and Buffalo in the AFC East, and then the Colts and
and
the
then you think, so you
Jaguars
think,
there.
yeah,
Yep.
okay,
1,000%. I think Pittsburgh doesn't make the playoffs this year. I don't think Pittsburgh makes it. And I think I
perfect. All right,
said that
let's go to
earlier. I think I
NFC.
said that earlier in the podcast too. When they were sitting at 4-1, I still didn't think they were going to make the playoffs there. But yeah, moving on. NFC here. You got the top teams in each conference or each division. You got the Philadelphia Eagles sitting at 8-2, Chicago Bears sitting at 7-3. You got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers sitting at 6-4, and the Carolina Panthers sitting at 6-5. So obviously, with Tampa Bay only having 4 losses, they're leading that division. And then you have the LA Rams sitting at 8-2. So the teams that would be in after the Philadelphia Eagles, Bears, Bucks, and Rams would be the Seattle Seahawks sitting at 7-3,
Yep,
and then
Niners.
the Niners sitting at 7-4, and then it looks like the Green Bay
Packers at
Packers sitting at six
6.
and three because they only have 3
Yeah,
losses over the Detroit Lions. So that would be your playoff picture for.
yeah, I'd,
Uh,
I'd, I'd take that. I mean, if playoffs ended right now, yeah, Green Bay would be playing at Chicago for the wild card round. I'd definitely take that. If we sit in the 6 spot and Chicago is able to take that 3 spot, I'll take that all day long. Playing Chicago in the wild card round, that'd be awesome.
yeah, but you're probably looking at sitting at 7 spot.
No, the 7 spot right now. I'm saying if they ended now,
Oh
seven
no,
spot San
yeah, because
Francisco.
you're 6-3 and they're 7-4, right? They have
Yeah.
4 losses. You
So
only have
that
three
that
losses
buy
with
helps a little bit. It might come down to help
that
us out quite a
tiebreaker.
bit.
Yeah, that tie really helps you out a lot.
Yes, sir.
It does because yeah, you only have 3 losses. So technically, yeah, Seattle's or San Francisco sitting behind because they have 4 losses.
Yeah.
I hate when they have ties. That shouldn't even be a rule. That's fake.
Well, I mean,
Fake news.
either it's, I mean, it doesn't really, yeah. We go to 6 or 7, or I mean, if you consider that a win for Green Bay or a
No, six
loss,
and four. The ties
six
are
and
kind of
four.
the six and
Yeah, so
four.
we'd bump back to 7. We'd still be in the playoffs.
Yeah, because Carolina has 6. They're sitting at 6-5.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
So we'd go
Right.
from 6 to 7. Yeah. Or we go from, yeah. I mean, if you consider it a win, I mean, obviously you say it's a loss, but I mean, you consider that it's a Cowboys win then, or you know what I'm saying? Like, are they both
No,
losses? I
no,
mean,
they're both losses. If it's a tie, they're both
yeah.
losses.
But
And then the Green Bay would
one
be
team's got to
playing
win, though. You know what I'm
Green.
saying?
Yeah, right. So it shouldn't ever be a tie. One team's got to
Yeah.
win.
But I
Right.
mean, there is a tie, so I mean,
So
yeah,
both teams should count as a loss technically
yeah.
because you can't win the game. Can't. Yeah. So you lose it. You didn't win, you lose. But yeah, Green Bay Packers would face the LA Rams though. That wouldn't be fun. That would not be
No,
fun first game if you're sitting at 7, they're sitting at 2.
yeah.
Because yeah, they're sitting at 2 right now with Philadelphia only having they're 7-1 in the conference and Rams are 3-2 in the
I
conference.
mean, but
So
shit, yeah, a lot can change. I mean, obviously, we're still got
obviously,
six,
yeah,
7 weeks left,
yeah,
so
exactly, exactly. But that's what the playoff picture looks like as of right now. So yeah, a couple teams got to make pushes. Obviously, Minnesota Vikings being one of them, but I doubt they make any noise there for the playoff picture here, sitting at 4-6 with JJ McCarthy not playing hot. O line's not looking great on a 2-game losing streak, and our point differential is -14 there, so not looking good. Better than some of the other teams, but obviously, um, Yeah, not looking great there. We lost a couple close ones. Should have won last
Mm,
week. But anyway,
yeah.
anywho, let's go ahead and stop sharing that there. And let's hop into TD picks of the week, TD picks and locks of the week here for week 12. Yeah, should be a good one. I got mine already marked down here for this week. But yeah, like I said, should be a fun one. Do you have yours locked in and everything ready to lock
Yep.
and load, ready to go?
Yes, sir.
Two throwing touchdowns or one anytime touchdown, rushing, receiving, what have you there for TD locks of the week. So yeah, go ahead and rattle yours off there quick.
Yeah, I'll go for a Thursday night game. I'll go James Cook, a touchdown on Thursday night against the Houston Texans, and I will go Jahmyr Gibbs at home with the Detroit Lions against the Giants, and then I will go Travis Etienne on the road against the Arizona Cardinals. So I got James Cook, Jahmyr Gibbs, and Travis Etienne.
Heck yeah, those are three solid locks. I'm also gonna go a Detroit Lion as well. So we'll see which one scores. They probably both will with the way that the offense is rolling in Detroit. But I'm gonna go Amon-Ra St. Brown with a touchdown there over the New York Giants as well. I'm gonna go Kenneth Walker, Seattle Seahawks running back over with a touchdown over the Tennessee Titans there. And then I'm also gonna go AJ Brown. I know he's had a lot of talk in the media the last few weeks. I think he gets and finds the end zone there this week as well. So yeah, give me Kenneth Walker with a touchdown,
Mm-hmm.
Amon-Ra St. Brown, and then AJ Brown with a touchdown over the Dallas Cowboys. And then my honorable mention of the week will be Bucky Irving to score a touchdown in his return if he does.
If he
I'm
plays.
not, yeah, if he plays. So that's my honorable mention. To be determined, questionable dude. But if he does play, I think he does find the end zone in that one. So I got Kenneth Walker, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and AJ Brown with Bucky Irving to be determined as my honorable mention. And then what do you got for year three again?
I have James Cook, Jahmyr Gibbs, and Travis Etienne. And I'll do honorable mention as well. I'll do Christian Watson with a touchdown, receiving touchdown.
Christian Watson with the receiving touchdown. Ooh, that's a good tough one against the Minnesota Vikings. But yeah, obviously you got a lot of other touchdown locks of the week. Last week I only hit one. I had T. Higgins scoring, but Justin
I can't even
Jefferson
remember who I
didn't find
had.
the end zone, and my other dude, Jacoby Myers, did not find the end zone. Even though he played a good game, Jordan Addison or Justin Jefferson had a decent game. Jordan Addison had a good game, decent game last week, but T. Higgins was the only one able to find the
Let me
touchdown, find
see.
the pay dirt last week. And so yeah, looking at that, only one. But hopefully these three can hit. I got Kenneth Walker, St. Brown, and AJ Brown for
Mm-hmm.
my three, with Bucky Irvin as my
Yeah, I want
questionable
to see.
guy.
I got to see what I if my locks hit last week. Um, no, it didn't. Josh Jacobs obviously didn't score. Did I can't remember. Devon Achane score on Thursday night or
No,
whatever it
but I think he
was.
had a no. I don't think he scored, but he had 120 yards
He didn't.
rushing.
He didn't score. No, Ollie Gordon or whatever his name is scored. And then I don't think any of mine hit. I had Christian McCaffrey. Did he have a touchdown? He had two
Yeah,
touchdowns. Yeah, he had two touchdowns, rushing touchdowns. So
yeah.
Christian McCaffrey hit, but my other two did not.
Yeah, it
So
was a tough week. A lot of not no names, but a lot of players that weren't like superstars ended up scoring. Like Tyler Algier had like two or three touchdowns, and you would think Bijan Robinson would have a touchdown or something like that.
hmm
So Kenneth Gainwell had two touchdowns, and you would think that Jalen Warren would have a touchdown. Like, a lot
right.
of backups or like second strings, people like that scored last week, but there was still a lot of touchdowns last week and everything like that. Just not the guys that we had picked. But hopefully this is a brand new week 12, baby. So hopefully we can get some picks locked in and some TD locks also correct as well to not make some money on our parlays and everything. But yeah, what else you got to add to
I'm going to
the
add
week?
another pick too. I mean, I can't leave him out. He had three touchdowns last week, rushing and two rushing, one receiving. I'm going to
Travion?
go Trevion Henderson.
Yeah, Trevion Henderson for sure. I'll throw in another one. I'll go Tyler Warren or TJ. Yeah, Tyler Warren there
For the
to score
Colts?
over the Kansas City Chiefs. Yeah, I think he finds the end zone in that game. That should be a high scoring game. I feel like Kansas City Chiefs and Indianapolis Colts. So I bet you
Mm-hmm.
either one of those tight ends, Travis Kelsey or Tyler Warren, find the end zone there in that one. But yeah, give me Tyler Warren as another honorable mention then.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah, that wraps it up for week 12 at NFL. Yeah, NBA still in full swing, college basketball also going on. Duke got another dub last night as well,
Hmm.
over the Kansas Jayhawks and everything. I just want to make sure that is accurate and everything.
Yeah, LeBron
Uh,
came back. Lakers looking good, moved 11-4. He got his first game back of the season, had a double double, only 11 points, only played 30 minutes, but had a double double. Yeah, Lakers are looking good. I mean, obviously letting Luka take the keys, take the throne for those Lakers, and then yeah, LeBron just taking a back seat and just being like a floor general facilitator. So it was fun to watch. I watched a little bit of it or watched highlights. Yeah, LeBron is back at 41 years old, baby.
Yep, 100%. Yeah, that is awesome. Yeah, Duke ended up being 78-66 was the final score. That's what I was looking for, the final score in that. But Duke's been looking good with Boozer and everything. Yeah, like you mentioned, NBA in full swing as well.
Hmm.
They're in the cup, the in
Has that
season
started
tournament.
yet?
Yeah, yeah, it has started. Timberwolves are 2-0 in there. And they only have like a 6.5% chance of winning it and everything, being 2-0 already. So, but yeah, you got the Timberwolves playing the Wizards right now. Wizards are 1-12. They're the trash still.
Yeah.
And Timberwolves are whooping up on them 120 to 109. Mavs, they're 4-11, not looking good with Anthony Davis being out, and everything past few weeks. They got Cooper Flag and everything and all that good stuff,
Hmm.
but he hasn't. I mean, he's been playing halfway decent, but not great. They are currently 32-31 against the Knicks with Karl Anthony Towns and the boys. Kobe White is back for the Bulls. They're down 24-20 Trailblazers. Yeah, a lot of games going on, man. Just a lot of
Hmm.
NBA. Obviously, they have 82 games, and yeah, they play pretty much every single night. So I'm not going to get too
Yeah.
into depth with that one, but we will touch on college football here just briefly and see what's going on there, and all the good games. Last week was a fun week as well for college football, and everything like that. A few of the games that we mentioned last week, Indiana put a butt whooping on Wisconsin. We saw that one. Texas
Hmm.
A&M versus South Carolina. We said that one was going to be a good one, even though it was like or five versus unranked. South Carolina was up 30-3 at halftime, and Texas
Yep.
A&M came
Biggest
back and
comeback
won.
in school history.
Yep, 31-30. So they make the largest comeback in school history. Yeah, good call on that one. Oklahoma beat Alabama, hardly, barely there at the end there, 23-21. Georgia beat Texas, put a butt whooping on Texas and everything like that, 35-10. Ole Miss beat Florida. Notre Dame beat Pitt. That was the game of the college game day of the week, or they were in
Hmm.
Pitt there for that one, but TC or Notre Dame put a butt whooping on them. Uh, yeah. Any other games that we mentioned? Iowa, USC. Iowa ended up
Hmm.
beating or losing to USC 26-21, but it was a fun game, close game to watch there. Iowa kind of handled it the first half and then wasn't able to pull it out in the second half there. Um, yeah, not a whole lot of other ones. Navy beat South Florida UCF,
Yeah, I think Navy
41-38.
and Army play this weekend, I
Yeah, it could
believe.
be. Yeah, let's go ahead and take a look. So yeah, that was last week. Just kind of recapping some of the scores of college football, and then heading into week 13 here. A few games to mention. Ohio State plays Rutgers. That's not going to be a really good game, but Ohio State's playing. Missouri versus Oklahoma. That's 22. Missouri versus number 8, Oklahoma. That one should be a good one there. Oklahoma's been playing good. Josh Mateer, whatever for the Sooners. Yeah, fun fact about the Sooners, I think they have 5 quarterbacks in the past like years, and they're all starting in the NFL right now. So that's kind
Hell
of
yeah.
cool for
Yep.
Oklahoma. Miami, Virginia Tech, Miami should roll. Georgia is also playing. They're playing Charlotte. They should roll. Alabama should roll. USC, Oregon. That one should be a good one
Hmm.
there. 15 USC versus number 7 Oregon. That one should be a fun one. Notre Dame plays Syracuse. Kentucky and Vanderbilt, that one should be a good one. Vandy's favored by 9.5, but should be a fun one there. Texas plays Arkansas. Um, yeah, not a whole lot of other games really going on as far as ranked teams playing ranked opponents. Not a big slate this week as far as that goes. But obviously, college football is fun, good atmosphere. Always going to be a lot of close games, no matter what the opponents
Hmm.
are. So, but yeah, college football should be fun. College basketball is going on, NBA, NFL, yeah, just all the sports in action right now.
Hmm.
So full swing, full throttle, everything like that for sports and everything like that. But
Yeah.
what else you got to add to Week 12 podcast of the NFL?
James Franklin, yeah, former Penn State
Oh,
coach, gets
Virginia.
hired by Tech, and they probably, if not the best, is in college football. I mean, Virginia Tech's known for what they do. Proud, get up in that song. I can't remember what it's called. They go crazy. And then news: Odell Beckham. He serves game suspension. He is now able to sign with any team he wants. Good timing for him because obviously we've mentioned before that we're starting to see the settle with the now that you can see the good teams that are now. So he has his pick up the litter where he sign and maybe possibly make an impact or a difference on a contender team. Good for Odell Beckham and see if he'll sign somewhere, but and he might win a second rank. Who knows?
Yeah. Yeah, should be fun. Obviously, we had a few other injuries. Aaron Rodgers out, Michael Penix out. Those are kind of the two big. All right, I guess Aaron Rodgers not out necessarily, but he got a little bit banged up last week. And yeah, like you said, got a couple of players, free agents, able, like you said, Michael Odell Beckham Jr. and things of that nature. But yeah, like picks of the week 12, we went over those. We got our TD locks, went over a few NBA, NFL, or NCAA, all that good stuff for the next week here coming up. But yeah, that's all I got for this episode, 100th episode of Two Confrontational. So that's a big milestone for us. So we're proud of that. So that should be a fun. Vikings play the Packers this week. That's always fun. And yeah, we're wrapping up last 2 or 3 weeks of fantasy football as well. So this is where we make your playoff pushes and everything like that. So yeah, fully loaded, fully in.
Yes,
we're halfway through everything basically pretty much now with football season and all that good stuff. So yeah, that wraps it up for week 12 episode of Two Confrontational, 100th episode overall, and all that good stuff. So hell yeah, we'll take it and everything like that. So we'll see you guys next week on the pod, and until then, peace.
Peace.